A few days had passed since then. I walked to the garden just as the sun came out from behind the clouds and showered the mansion with warmth. It was a welcome change to the grey skies I've seen since waking up. My hopes for answers were still unfulfilled. I still didn't know why gold was the only one who remained a doll. I was still caught up in a curse I never expected, so I needed some fresh air and sunshine. As I walked around, I noticed Lillie hiding behind one of the trees. She was peeking around the trunk and occasionally ducking behind it again, as if she was secretly watching something. Or rather, someone. I already have an idea who that someone is. Approach her. I snuck over to where Lillie was hiding, not wishing to be noticed and ruining her stakeout. Lillie, what are you Lillie covered my mouth with both hands, immediately shushing me even though I kept my voice low. After glancing over her shoulder to check that they were still in hiding, Lillie started whispering to me. He will hear us. You mean Sol? Lillie visibly paled when I whispered Sol's name. She was adorable, still thinking a crush wasn't obvious. How did you know? Oh, never mind, just keep your voice down, please. I didn't know what to say at first. I was being quiet, but no doubt she was too anxious to realise. But sitting in silence felt a bit uncomfortable, so I asked a question that I'd been considering for a while. Why do you like him so much anyway? Lillie stared at me like I'd grown a second head. Are you blind? Prince Sol is handsome, responsible, kind. And he's a gentleman to everyone. He also knows how to sew. That too. If you can't see it now, you're hopeless. He's perfect, not a single flaw. I didn't argue with her, but I wondered about whether he really was flawless. Remembering the sadness I kept glimpsing in his eyes, I couldn't help but wondering why someone without flaws would have a crack in his smile. So distracted by memory, I almost missed what Lillie said next. And he makes me feel special. I couldn't stop the smile curving my lips. I knew what Lillie meant. Can't argue with that. Shh! He's looking this way! He might see us! Dragging me closer to the tree, Lillie resumed her pose. I mimicked her pose and peeked around her shoulder. Surrounded by a beautiful field of roses was the prince of this castle. With his gentleman smile wavering, Sol was picking up roses and seemed to lay them on the ground after teasing the petals with the top of his fingers. I'm so jealous of those roses! If you like him so much, why don't you just go ahead and tell him? I told you it is impossible. He's the heir, the deluxe, while I'm just a mere maid. I do not have a chance. I admitted I wasn't knowledgeable about the customs of the upper class, but I didn't understand why they couldn't be a couple. Lillie sulked at me. Can you not understand? Prince Sol is out of my league. Love knows no boundaries. How encouraging. Her sarcastic tone was so un-Lillie-like. I still didn't understand her hesitation, but I did understand why she liked him so much. Just thinking about it brought another smile to my lips. Lillie gasped. You? I knew it! You also like him! Where did you get that idea come from? Where did that idea come from? I cannot blame you for liking him as well. He is Prince Sol after all. I shook my head at her. It was true that Sol was handsome, and he made me blush a little, but I didn't think that I liked him as Lillie claimed. I don't. Lillie patted me on the shoulder, clearly ignoring my words and confusion. But you are my friend, Miss Aura, so if Prince Sol chooses you, there will be no hard feelings. I promise you that. As I gasped at Lillie's bizarre train of thought, Sol came up behind us. He was carrying a small bouquet of roses in his arms. Oh, Lady Lillie, Lady Aura, what are you two doing hiding out here? We both turned around, flashing deep red at being caught. Prince Sol! We were just discussing how best to handle our chores. Miss Maria wasn't in a good mood earlier. My shaky voice betrayed my confidence in the lie, but it was certainly a believable one. Saul tilted his head to one side. Really? Yes, that is right. Divide and conquer. Ha ha ha. I see. I hope she isn't giving you too much trouble on such a nice day. And he actually believed it? As if remembering something, Saul dropped the subject and lifted a rose from his stack. For you, Lady Lillie. For me? Her face went scarlet. Yes. Yes, they are beautiful, are they not? It was cute seeing Lillie so flustered, though I was a little worried for her as well. She kept saying it was impossible to pursue her love for Saul, so maybe this kind of thing hurt her too. Oh my, you do not look well, Lady Lillie. Are you sick? He leaned forward and laid his hand upon her forehead. Ah. This is not good for my heart. Lillie ran back to the mansion, looking like she might cry. I don't think he meant anything by that, but it seems almost cruel if he didn't know her feelings. Did I do something wrong? I guess that's his flaw. Saul is dense if he can't see Lillie's feelings for him. I shrugged, not wishing to say anything Lillie didn't want me to say. Saul sighed. I hope she's fine. By the way, here, for you, my lady. Thank you. I smiled, accepting the rose he held out to me. So why the roses, Saul? I'm going to put them inside Goldie's room. Roses have always been her favourite. Seeing that wistful smile on Saul's face told me how much he missed his little sister. I squeezed my locket for comfort. I really need to find out how to break the curse soon. Another day had arrived, but nothing changed. Dion seemed to exacerbate whenever chores needed to be done, and today Miss Marie was practically frustrated over it. After she fired off a lecture at Lillie and Royal for allowing such behaviour, I volunteered to go find him, if only to restore some peace to the household. However, finding him was easier said than done. I checked every room I passed, but I couldn't find him anywhere. I shuddered at the thought of returning to Miss Marie without him. As I roamed the halls, I noticed the door to Saul's workroom was ajar. It seemed unlikely that Dion was in there, but I had to check for my own safety. I peeked in. Ah. I almost knocked, but stopped my hand when I saw Saul, asleep on his desk. There were papers scattered beneath his hands on the floor. They seemed to be sketches and pattern designs. There were a few mannequins standing like soldiers along the wall and wearing unfinished clothes. One wore an unfinished white dress. The honesty of his workshop brought a warm smile. This is the real Saul. I can feel it in my chest. I snuck into the room, admiring the skill and beauty of the sketches I avoided stepping upon. I froze. I looked over him, waiting until I was sure that he was still asleep. I couldn't deny he had lovely features. I blushed at the thought, realising I'd been staring in my efforts to be sure I could escape unnoticed. But before I could dwindle on it, Saul spoke. Sorry. I narrowed my eyes at him in confusion. He seemed to be asleep, but all of a sudden, the calm in his expression contorted into that of pain. I promise to do better, so please. No. Beads of sweat rolled down his forehead, and he continued to cry out in his sleep. Saul? Afraid of what kind of nightmare could torture him like that, I shook his shoulder. Saul, wake up. His eyes shot open, and he flung himself away from his desk. Now on the ground, trembling upon his knees, Saul gazed up at me with a terrified expression. He was ghostly pale, and there were tears in his eyes. They were the eyes of a child after seeing a monster. I kneeled down and embraced him. Shh. It's all just a dream. Lady Aura. I reached up and stroked his hair, resting my cheek upon his head. Don't worry, you're safe now. Saul didn't answer with words. His arms came up and gently held my back. Startled that I turned this into a hug, I tried to let him go, but he clung to me. Huh? Saul? Not yet. I know it is inappropriate, but can we stay like this a little longer? Please? I didn't have the heart to reject him. In the end, I wasn't able to find Dion. I couldn't help but think he really did have the ability to evaporate. I finished cooking dinner and then went to help Lillie set the table. Saul stepped into the dining room looking frightfully exhausted. Prince Saul, you do not look so good. Are you okay? Yes, I'm just tired. I didn't want to say anything. But after seeing him so tormented in sleep, I was really worried about him. I missed a show on my face because he walked to my side and placed a hand on my head. His fingers slipped into my hair when his hand moved. Don't worry. I blanked at the sensation of Saul's hand and his reassuring statement, completely unprepared for it. But then he leaned closer to whisper in my ear. Wait, why are you whispering? Thank you. For earlier. The warmth of his breath clung to my skin. Thinking about how close his lips were to my ear, I felt my heartbeat double its pace. All I could do was nod, as heat spread across my cheeks. Suddenly remembering that we weren't alone, I shifted my gaze to Lillie. The shock in her face was not a secret, and it was more than enough to return my senses. I stepped away from Saul, hoping my reaction didn't seem too unnatural. Ugh! Saul's cheek instantly darkened. He withdrew his hand back to his side. Sorry! An awkward silence filled the room. I hadn't expected Saul to do something like that, with Lillie standing nearby. It caught me so unaware that I couldn't think of a casual way to spin it. Like a saving grace, Dion sauteed into the room, whistling a small tune. I could have kissed him for such perfect timing. Dion! What's up? We've been looking all over for you. Where have you been? Offering a shrug and a smirk, Dion dismissed my question. That's a secret. I sighed at his answer, but it did no good. John shifted his attention across the room, no doubt sensing the tension I failed to disperse. He raised a brow as his eyes fell back on me. What did I miss? I glanced at Lillie and immediately felt a pang in my chest. She didn't lift her head. Nothing. Since you're here, I'll just go ahead and finish dinner. Awkward. Couldn't even describe the stained smile I forced on my face before I escaped to the kitchen. But even as I disappeared into the other room, I still felt the heat of Saul's gaze on the back of my neck. I know he watched as I left. Touching my fingertips on my lips, I closed my eyes and tried to make my heart slow down. Please. Don't tell me I'm actually falling in love with the prince. That's going to be so awkward if you do, sweetie, because clearly Lillie likes him.